Last night, I spent $137 on 3 drinks and 2 orders of tacos at that restaurant back there. Tell you all about it. The average cost of living for a single person in New York City is around $4,135. Obviously, that's gonna vary depending on your lifestyle, but $4,100 is insane. Good sized homeless camp down there. So there's a new thing that they're trying to do here in New York City, which is gonna raise the prices on just about anyone, especially since everyone rents. There's a YouTuber named Cash Jordan. He's got a really good channel. If you ever get a chance to check him out, he's all about New York. But the local city council is actually trying to force landlords to make sure everyone has air conditioning. Now, 90% of the apartments in New York City have air conditioning already, but they want to force it on the landlords. This will mean the landlords will have to raise rent because if they put in the appliance, they have to maintain it. It costs more money to do that. This one's a bit of a scam. I'm gonna show you something. I'm gonna tell you a story about what happened. See these bike, like rickshaw type people, like a bike taxi thing? Make sure you discuss the price beforehand. My wife and my cousin got on one yesterday. They were going about a mile away. The guy said, "We'll give you a ride." When they got there, he tried to charge them $380. $380. It was like a 20-minute ride, maybe. $380. They didn't pay that. They pitched a fit and gave him $50. So make sure you discuss the price with him. He didn't argue the $50 because he knows if he would have called a cop or something, they would have, "What are you doing, dude?" So yeah, watch out for that. Okay, so let's say you want to rent here in New York City. I mean, it doesn't matter the borough. On average, the rent here is about 236% above the national average. That's expensive. If you don't understand that, that's a lot of money. Now, if you're talking about groceries, groceries on average are about 20% higher in New York City than the rest of the country. To give you an idea what that looks like, the average person spends about $250 to $486 a month on groceries. If you take the high end of that, because it's obviously more dramatic and more interesting, your $486 of Clamato and Flaming Hot Cheetos, and I imagine some Tums, will cost you about $389 in most places in the US. Now, even if you're here basically as a tourist like I am, it's terribly expensive. I mean, this is probably one of the most expensive cities I've ever been a tourist or come to visit. Now, I've been here many times before, but this time I thought I would, kind of spend some money and not try and budget it. And it's been expensive. Now, when you break the cost of living down, it looks like this. Food is about 12% higher than the national average. Healthcare is about 17% higher. Transportation about 12% higher, and goods and services about 20% higher than the national average. I've seen different studies, but most find that only about 15% of the United States population can live in New York City comfortably. So back to this place, the Rooftop Cantina as it's called. The food was excellent, the service, the people were great. It's just $137 for 2 orders of tacos, 3 drinks actually. 2 of them were their specialty drinks, so that's where a little bit of the expense comes from. But then on top of it, they add the gratuity before you even have a chance to think if the guy sucks or not. Now, the food was great, and it's not them. They're not like overcharging. That's how every place is here. We've been to 2 other places this weekend, and they were just as expensive. So the city is too expensive, and too many people live here. I don't know how they can pull it off. It's amazing. So in the end here, if you've heard New York City is one of the most expensive cities on the planet, It's not a joke. I mean, I don't live here. I've visited for 3 days right now. Been here many times before, but something has happened since, I mean, I was here pre-pandemic, so something about everything just got 10 times more expensive, it seems like. It's just insane. Anyway, if you're gonna visit New York City or you're thinking about moving to New York City, just keep all this in mind. Everybody have a great day. Be nice to each other.